Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Oh my goodness. As I just started this chat, I checked my audio, and guys, it doesn't look like my mic is plugged in. Please, you guys know how much I stress over this stuff. Please let me know in the live chat if it sounds like my mic is completely screwed up or not plugged in. I've been having trouble with this today, and I'm not going to be able to start this stream until I get this. Please tell me, guys. No mic, I told you. No mic. Okay, I'm going to unplug and unplug back in. Unplug and replug. Hold on, guys. Just humiliating. Totally humiliating. Hold on. How about now, guys? I think we're good. We got it solved. All right. Guys, is Louis Farrakhan breaking up with the Church of Scientology? I have to tell you guys, the strangest partnership in the history of at least this sector of the Galactic Federation is this partnership between Louis Farrakhan and his Nation of Islam organization and David Miscavige in the Church of Scientology. How do you have, on the one hand, Scientology, the whitest organization known to man, whiter than the Mormons, guys, and then you have and the Nation of Islam, which, by the way, is not Islam. Okay. The Nation of Islam is a black separatist anti-white organization that has a whole different story to its thing than the religion of Islam. Let's not get these things confused. Anyway, thank you to whoever brought it to my attention that a former member of the Nation of Islam, Ismail Bey, who, by the way, was featured in one of the episodes of Leah Remini's Scientology in the Aftermath, just did a video on a channel, the name of the channel, and I'm going to link this channel in the description down below. If it's not already linked, I'm going to link it afterwards. The channel is called Harlem Liberation School. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Okay. The name of the video that we're going to watch this. It's a short video. It's an excerpt. It's 12 minutes. I want to share it with you. Is Ismail Bey exposes the Church of Scientology. Okay. Ismail Bey, to my understanding, is a former member of the Nation of Islam. The subject of the video, meaning the description, says Ismail Bey, a leading authority on Scientology, explains why Scientology is no good for people in general and black folks specifically. Former Scientologist and actress Leah Remini had brother Ishmael on her television show, Scientology in the Aftermath, to share his expertise on the subject. Now, guys, I've been trying to, for a long time, get someone, preferably current member of the Nation of Islam, but I would also like to speak with a former member of the Nation of Islam, to talk to me about this relationship, this partnership between the NOI and Scientology. I've not had any success getting someone willing to come on camera with me. To be fair, I've never asked Ismail Bey if he would. Ishmael, if you're watching this, please, I would love to talk with you about this subject on my channel, on your channel, both channels, doesn't matter. Okay, let me prepare this to share it with you guys. I want to do this view, and we're going to take this bad boy from the beginning, okay? So let's listen to this.
Brother, not Nation, he's a brother. And you sent me films and all that, and I was like, wow. So could you tell us, what should black people know about Scientology, brother? What's the big deal, really?
I would tell our people to study Jonestown and Jim Jones first, and also look at the history, because one has to understand history in order to really understand the present many times. And there's no history of any black leader standing up and defending us against Jim Jones. We're talking about something that happened in 77 and 78. There's no history of anyone denouncing them or standing up, representing us, protecting us, loving us, giving us a voice, of allowing Jim Jones to take almost 1,000 people and do a mass suicide in South America. So in other words, if nobody even defend our community against a cult and a cult leader, a lot of people don't understand that Jim Jones tried to enter the Nation of Islam 3 times. And those times by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He would contact the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and try to join the Nation of Islam. So understand the fact that he's trying to get a foot in the door as a known CIA informant. Later on, they found that out. So in other words, how did he end up getting a foothold into, because some of those people were even Muslims that got killed over in Guyana. So that was a former CIA territory that was used for training that they used for Jonestown. So we have to understand that history and then understand that another cult like Scientology is just as bad, if not worse, than People's Temple.
Guys, real quick in the live chat, only because, you know, I'm not very well educated on the topics that he's discussing. For my benefit, can you guys let me know, as he says certain things, is he talking about stuff that's established, settled science, as the kids say? Is he talking about established, generally accepted facts, or are some of these things like conspiracy theory ideas? Because I myself am not sure that I would know the difference. I did read one of the books on Jonestown, and but anyway, I just want to get your opinion on that in the live chat.
So how are you? Some of them are the same players. I produced the audio of Jim Jones endorsing Minister Farrakhan to be the Nation of Islam leader. That's not to be underestimated. Of why would Jim Jones be endorsing him to do this? And at the same time, this cult of Scientology is trying to get a foothold into our Black community. A major technique of what Scientology uses is called love bombing. Again, it's called love bombing. They love bomb you by embracing you, by saying, look, brother and sister, we're a member of your neighborhood. We have this top of the line, state of the art facility. And you know what? You can use our facility for free. For free? For free. Only because we want to be your neighbor. We want to be your friend. In other words, anyone's parents should already tell them all money ain't good money. So just because somebody is offering you something, even in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, even in the Bible, the devil takes Jesus up to the mountaintop. And he tells Jesus, look, if you just follow me, in other words, if you just give me your will, if you just follow me, you can have all of this. Jesus looked at him up at the mountaintop and he said, get ye behind me, Satan.
That's right.
In other words, I'm not for sale. In other words, there's nothing that you can give me of me giving my free will of what you're trying to give me.
What he's saying is incredible to me. I wanted to tell you a very quick anecdote, you guys, and I want to get your opinion on this. I have had local Christian church leaders and people who own private, I want to say privately owned churches, but is that a thing? I mean, like independently owned Christian churches in Clearwater contact me and go, we don't understand what's going on. Scientologists and Sea Org members are showing up to our Sunday services pretending to worship and pray. And I explain to them what Scientology is up to when they do that kind of stuff. And then they go, we have a bit of a crisis. Scientology is offering to donate like $5,000 to our church. Should we take the money? What are they going to expect in return? And sometimes I'll give them the advice, hey, that money's doing more good in your pocket than their pocket. I said, that's one way to look at it. As long as you, if you're willing to accept that money, thinking that way, I'm going to do more good with it than these guys are going to do with it. And if you're willing to hold your ground and not give them anything in return, take the money. What's the problem? And I go, but you guys are religious people. I'm not. Do you want to do a deal with the devil? See, religious people might have a different view of taking money from an organization like Scientology, even if they would be able to do more good with that money than Scientology would. And I want to get your guys' opinion on that. If you were a Christian a church leader in Clearwater, Florida, and Scientology came along and offered you a bunch of money, would you be willing to take that money if you knew that you had the strength and the fortitude and the perseverance to stand your ground and not give them anything in return? Or is there something inherently bad, given your religious belief, about accepting that money, even if you were going to be able to do good with it? Let me know what you guys think. And maybe I'll change the advice I give to people when they ask me that question. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go.
You can open up the doors and I see your brand new facility and your top of the line, state of the art stuff. And I understand that there's strings attached to that and there's a hidden agenda that you want, damn devil. And no, I'm not going to take that. I would rather walk. I would rather talk on a street corner on a milk crate the way that this land and this territory and this neighborhood has always done before I accept standing behind your brand new microphone and your Bose surround sound speakers. The hell with you. I'd rather stand on the milk crate and talk directly to the people. So thank you, but no thank you. We have to understand that there's some things a self-respecting Jew will not follow a Nazi. A self-respecting human being will not sit there and go to their oppressor, because L. Ron Hubbard, he stated himself that he was the reincarnation of Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes is a colonizer and an oppressor of African people. So how is this man saying that he is the reincarnation of Cecil Rhodes? He would dress like him. He would go to South America and have the black servants. This is L. Ron Hubbard doing this. Have the black servants and everybody calling him this terminology. So he tried to set up his own statehood like Rhodesia. So this is not to be underestimated of a wicked devil like L. Ron Hubbard. And they set up strategically locations in Inglewood, California, Harlem, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida. This is chess. And you are the prize, the pawn, or are you going to stand up and represent and defend your people? Because again, there was no history of people standing up for us against Jonestown. Are you going to lend your voice and help defend us today against a cult like Scientology?
Powerful, powerful words. Brother Ishmael, what types of things from your research, and by the way, family, Brother Ishmael goes all over the country and is paid to teach people about this. I see him with a whole audience of white folk. They enthusiastic. Ask Mr. Day, tell us about this, tell us about that. So this man is respected with regard to this information. Brother Ishmael, give us a sense of some of the things that this white racist cult does to members. And this is not just black folk, family. This is middle class and rich white folk they do this to. Break it down for us, Brother Ishmael.
Yeah, I think that people, they may think that it's different or it looks unusual to have someone like an actress like Leah Remini invite me on her show. She's a member of and her producers are members of the forum that I have on Facebook, Scientology Invasion of the Black Community. So in other words, there's
check that out on Facebook, guys.
No other location online that has that information on that volume on that specific topic. It's specialized for that, and that forum was created for that. So in other words, for me to even be in the circles of Leah Remini, for her to say, can you come to Hollywood and come on my show? It means, number one, my job was to interview her. The producers actually had stopped the production while we were talking and kind of asked the question, are you interviewing her? Is she interviewing you? Well, goddamn it, I'm only here to interview you. I'm here because somebody gave me a document showing that you were financing Nation of Islam members. So I'm here to find out if that's true or not. So that's the only reason why I'm here. I'm not here to talk with you. You mean nothing to me. But the job is for me to find out, are you financing these people? And she produced the receipts. To her credit, she produced the receipts and proved that she was paying Nation of Islam members for them to take Scientology courses, and furthermore was giving a personal loan to the West Coast minister for him for him and his family.
Wow. By West Coast minister, he means Tony Muhammad, one of Louis Farrakhan's #1 deputies who basically runs the West Coast for the Nation of Islam. Tony Muhammad was awarded the International Association of Scientologists Freedom Medal. Almost the same award that Tom Cruise was given. Tom Cruise was given a special version of the award, the IAS Freedom Medal of Valor, but it's still the IAS Freedom Medal. So the same award, or almost the same award that Tom Cruise was awarded, was given to the Honorable Tony Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan's top deputy, the guy who runs the entire West Coast. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. I remember Leah saying that Scientology had been getting celebrities to donate money to Scientology so that members of the Nation of Islam could do their Scientology services for free. Not free to Scientology, free to the member of the Nation of Islam. Scientology celebrities were paying for the Scientology services that members of the Nation of Islam were doing. I did not hear, I'd never heard of, I don't believe I watched that particular episode of Scientology in the Aftermath, where Leah said they were giving loans to Tony Muhammad. That's insane.
So they were taking personal money as well as financing Scientology lessons from Hollywood actresses and Hollywood actors.
how much, what, talk about the types of money people spend to take these classes with Scientology and how that impacts the Black community in particular.
Absolutely. Scientology itself is a pay-as-you-go religion. So, in other words, you're not getting any of the upper spiritual lessons unless you pay up front. Now, that sounds strange to other people, but this is a money-making mechanism. So, in other words, if it's a pay-as-you-go religion, in order to get what's called the status of clear, it's going to take you approximately about maybe a good, maybe $100,000, $200,000 to get to certain levels of Scientology. To get to the upper, what's called OT levels or operating Thetan levels, it's going to take you about 300 to 400,000, if not more, of your money. And they do certain schemes in order to get access to those funds.
There's nothing I enjoy more than hearing people who have never been in Scientology accurately describe and discuss Scientology. It really warms my heart.
Knowing how to maximize credit cards, how to get credit cards in your name so that you can pay for these lessons. They start getting into real estate scams. They start getting to all these various different things in order to get money. They actually are doing fundraising now sometimes to actually pay. They do crowdfunding to pay for Scientology lessons. So we are already broke. We are already on the bottom of the totem pole of the economic scale here in America. The last thing that we need as a people is a false savior. The last thing we need is someone who's going to exploit us and take advantage of us when we're looking for God. We're looking for guidance and we're looking for love. You're not going to find that in no goddamn L. Ron Hubbard. He was a known Satanist. And the thing is that the information has been shown and proved. And we have his audios of him admitting to so many things. So the choice is really going to be up to you and what you're made of. Now, if your ancestry is that of a sellout and a coon, you're going to be genetically predisposed to coon.
Not my words, guys.
If you are within you to have a warrior spirit within you, you're going to say, "Get ye behind me, Satan," and you're going to walk the line and hold the line for your people. And that's really what you're finding out today. There's a lot of people who are genetically predisposed to fall for the, to drink the Kool-Aid. And that's what we're trying to say. Don't eat the bean pie. Don't fall for it. Just stand strong for your people. And we're giving you an opportunity to do so. So we're not just telling you what not to do. We're creating avenues for you to actually create a nation of your own.
That's right. Now, brothers and sisters, if you look at the screen, you see that we have scrolling on it some very important information if you want to follow up with Brother Ishmael after this, going forward. He has a very popular Facebook discussion group called Scientology Invasion of the Black Community. I'm a member. I suggest y'all get in that so you can get very precise information. They got videos, they got articles, the whole nine. But I think Brother Ishmael made the point clear. Stay away from the shit. Straight up. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from that. The same people that you protest against in the police force and the imperialist military, the legislators, are made of the same stuff of the people that run Scientology. And I don't know about you, family, but when I hear white men with money and big degrees and power crying as they recall how this little 5'8" or whatever he is dude punching them.
5'1", guys, 5'1".
Got people following you around when you say, I don't want to be a part. They following you around. They got private investigators. It's ridiculous. They broke in government offices, stole information. So they had dibs or private embarrassing information on members so they could blackmail them, pardon the term. Then that tells me, well, shit, they're doing that to the white man. I know what they're going to do to me. So I think, Brother Ishmael, we thank you for that valuable service. We know that has pit you against some powerful forces, and we know that's taken a lot of sacrifice on your end. And again, if you want to know more, go to that Facebook discussion group, family.
There you go, guys. I'm a little embarrassed I did not know more about Ishmael Bey. I genuinely don't think I watched that episode of the Scientology, Leah Remini and the Aftermath. There's an entire Facebook group dedicated to exposing Scientology's invasion of the Black community. I couldn't be more excited. I had no idea I might dedicate an entire series of videos to it. Although I'd love to have Ishmael just come and talk to me on the channel about it. I'm not going to screen share this right now just because I don't want to have you guys watch me fiddle with it. But I'm looking right here. I'm going to include a link to this article in the description down below. I'm looking at an article in the New Republic from way back when, October 5th, 2012, by Eliza Gray. The title of this article, Thetans and Bow Ties, the mothership of all alliances, Scientology and the Nation of Islam. I might just have to do a video tomorrow just dedicated to reading this article. I'm excited. I have been trying to do a deeper dive into the Scientology Nation of Islam connection. And it's one of those things where I'm just not going to be able to do it justice by trying to do my own homework and put a bunch of notes together and doing a video about it. It's so much better to talk with someone who knows what the hell they're talking about. Just like if someone on YouTube wants to do a video about Scientology, you can do hours and hours and hours and hours of homework, or you can interview one of the many of us on YouTube who can help have the conversation with you, or do a combination of both. So that's what I hope to do. Guys, later this evening, coming up shortly here, me and Reese are going to do a new little game show. Are you smarter than an ex-Scientologist? And for those of you who have seen Reese's and I the last two of our deep dives into our historical knowledge, I think you're going to want to see this. So, all right. Thanks for hanging out with me so far this evening, guys. More to come. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right